Alright, so we've gone through all the escapes in this instructional, but another thing that our opponents sometimes will do is they will either grapevine our legs or they will use hooks to shut down our ability to bridge effectively and use our legs. And so if we can't bridge and we can't base properly, we're never going to be able to create the hip mobility we need for any of those escapes. So what I'm talking about is our opponent, and this is usually more advanced opponents, who are going to be looking to just control us first. So Kevin's looking to hook and bring his heels upwards towards the sky here, and so he's bringing his hips really heavy on mine, and he's pulling my legs up, so it's hard for me to bridge. He's basically reverse engineering the bridge, lifting me up and curling my spine here, where in a bridge, I want to be able to extend and lift upwards like this. Another thing that people do, and this is typically lower level people, but they'll stick their hips back and they'll just grapevine the legs and extending out here. I'm quite a bit taller than Kevin, so it's harder for Kevin to grapevine me. But we'll start at the grapevine, the furthest point, if you lift this arm a little bit. What we're looking at doing is just going with this. So instead of trying to fight this and curl it, I need to take away the tension that he's creating by going the direction that he wants to. And I'm just looking to extend my legs all the way out. He is not able to advance right now. My arms are out here just right now because I'm just kind of teaching you about the legs, but honestly, they should be already here framing that hip. So here as he grapevines me, my arms are already here blocking as much as possible. Because his knee is so far back, I can't really put my elbow on the inside. But I'm not worried about it yet. I'm ready for it. I'm just going to extend my legs long so that then the backs of my hamstrings and the backs of my knees start to collide into the back of his leg and pull that hook out. Here, pulling the hook out. And then from here, I'm getting my legs back inside, controlling this inside space. So if we turn, you can see how if Kevin's legs are like this, he's starting to control the inside space, and then my legs are now on the outside. I need to look to extend them out to then get them back to the inside. I start getting them closer up to my butt. The gap that I have between my heel and my butt is what allows Kevin to take his leg and just go through that gap. So here, easily inserts it back in. As I go back through, I put my heel up closer to my butt, so now as he goes back to try and get that hook, much more difficult. Here, if he just has the regular hooks pointing straight up, I can do the same thing. I'm accessing his ankle for the end of the lever, so lean forward here, put the legs up nice and tall. Here, I'm just going to extend my leg into the back of his ankle, and see how it's very hard for him to fight that with his leg curl versus my leg press. So keep your leg nice and rigid. Here, curling it down. If you can also bring this leg over and check it. Even though he's got this hook here, it doesn't stop me from articulating this direction. I block his leg, and I bring mine over top. I can pin his ankle for a moment if I want to, or I can bring it to the inside. And then from here, I'm going to shut down this leg, bring it back to the inside. Here, stand up like this. I might even choose to just immediately bring my right leg over and start pushing it here. I'm just looking to access the legs as levers. There's many different iterations of how we can do this. So that I can frame this, bring my leg to the inside, and then all I need to do is start getting myself immediately into the position so that now I'm able to start looking at moving into the lever-based escape, hooking our opponent into quarter guard, moving to half guard, and then open. Here, hook to grapevine. Here, extend. I just need to beat one leg first, and then I can keep it extended here if I want to. I don't have good base, but I'm not worried about him advancing at this point. With my leg extended, if he's trying to hook it right now, very difficult to. And then I'm able to move this leg over, and the further it is away from that leg, try and hook it now, Kevin. Much more difficult, and we'll be able to start looking at moving here. Or as he adjusts, he's going to look to start trying to climb up. And as he climbs his hips up, he's no longer going to be entangling the legs. And we're going to go back to our framing the inside of the knee, framing the hips, and starting to look to bridge immediately. So, better guys will try and shut down your hip mobility by controlling the legs. Just look to pummel the legs, look to extend the legs out to try and take away the control. Look to pummel them back inside, control the inside space. And then don't sit there, because if I just get rid of that control but stay at that exact same place, An opponent is just going to re-entangle the legs, grapevine you back out again. We need to break that grapevine, and you need to get your feet close to your hips to change that positioning, and then preferably don't just sit there either. Immediately start bridging, creating that hip mobility, and start launching into your escapes.